finally all moved in now. It's been a great time out here so far.
2 years ago, right after graduating from college, I jumped full-time into my software business. Did the classic move back to my childhood home, slash expenses, and set an office to grind away 24/7. Despite a bunch of mistakes, through hard work and a bit of luck, the company grew. We even got the chance to pitch our business at UC Berkeley. Since we started this journey, obviously I've been living at home. You can't really beat saving money on rent and getting some home-cooked food. But recently, I realized that it is time for my next chapter and start living by myself again. Living at home has been great, but also limiting myself to go all in on my business. Luckily, 2 of my best friends are looking to move as well, and within 2 weeks, we found an apartment and left California behind. Before I go into why living at home has been limiting myself on going all in my business, let me show you guys a spot first. So over here, we basically just turned the whole living room into an office. This is my co-founder Ryan's workstation, and my workstation is back there over there. And back here on this side, just where we eat, and a classic giant whiteboard that every startup has. And lastly, just my own bedroom. Sweet independence. Obviously, it feels amazing to get my independence back and live with 2 of my best friends, but it's actually not the main reason why I decided to move out. Let me share with you guys my thought process. A couple weeks ago, like every startup founder, I was reading some essays that Paul Graham wrote. And something in his essay, What You Wish You Known, really stood out to me. I think traditionally, we feel like being productive is about pushing ourselves to do more, to be disciplined. But he mentioned something interesting. He said, most successful people aren't disciplined. They are guided by curiosity. He backed up what he said with something that really got me thinking. Do you think Shakespeare was gritting his teeth and diligently trying to write great literature? Of course not. He was having fun. That's why he's so good. For Einstein, relativity wasn't a book full of hard stuff he had to learn for an exam. It was a mystery he was trying to solve. When I was living at home, I had to stick to a schedule. It wasn't my own place after all, and my co-founder couldn't just be there all day. A rigid schedule has a way of turning fun into work. If I want to stay driven by curiosity instead of discipline, I realized I needed my own space. I mean, I could technically find this creative zone at home too, but it is much harder. I want to make this as convenient as possible for myself. I want to recreate the feeling of how I felt with my first business. In high school, I was obsessed with sneaker culture. I noticed people are able to get these exclusive sneakers and resell them for profits. This led me down a rabbit hole into the whole tech side of things. I learned how people use sneaker bots, tools that automate information entry. Next thing I knew, my curiosity led me to flipping sneakers at a pretty large volume and making a decent amount of cash. However, it never felt like work. So right now you're probably wondering, so Will, like, if it's so amazing to move out, if it's so important, how come you didn't do it right away? And I think it really all comes down to the risk of things, right? I think a lot of times people think entrepreneurs are just taking massive risk all the time. But the truth is, in business, and in startups, there's already so much risk involved with so many things, right? So the real good entrepreneurs are actually good at de-risking stuff. So it would have been actually a bad risk for me to take to move out right away when I first started my startup after college, because I would have been very stressed out financially. But now we're doing better, not completely out in the clear, but doing better. It will actually be a bad risk if I don't move out now. And here's the main reason why. So I've been working here for the past 3-4 weeks, and we've been probably working about 12 to 13 hours a day. And if you really look at it, at home, I can only work about 8 to 9 hours a day. But now we live together, I'm able to get an average about 3 hours of work hours per day by myself, and including Ryan, that's about 6 hours per day. To be frank with you, it's a little scary moving out. I think not the moving out part, but more of just like increasing costs on everything, because I think for the past like a year and a half, I have been like so frugal since I graduated, cut expenses on everything. And you know, to move out again, it has been kind of scary because I'm really adding on top another cost into my business, into my personal life, and different things like that. But I think sometimes, just like in my favorite movie, Spider-Man, you just have to take that leap of faith. But the worst thing to do is to not move forward and stay stagnant. If I believe this is the right move, I have to move forward. Like Jeff Bezos said, being wrong might hurt you a bit, but being slow will kill you. I have a strong plan for going to the next 9 months, and I'm excited to share it with you. But before that, let me talk a little bit about our sponsor, PopAI. So PopAI is basically your personal AI workspace. It's an all-in-one tool with all your AI needs. So it helps you with educational writing, presentation, image generation, flowcharts, and even coding as well. Something I have been using PopAI a lot for is presentation. Is that it can give you the page numbers. So usually I go about 10. I go regular word amounts, I put down investors, business plan. I change this to whatever need I have, pitch decks. And lastly, I just use AI generation images. You can also upload a reference, that really helps. So over here, I just made up a fake business description. I call this food bot, basically a leading industry standard for food delivery. It's pretty cool because the second step of the outline has been very beneficial because usually it shows you the outline and you can edit on top of the outline. I know a lot of times ChatGPT and different applications, they don't have this outline step. So, and you kind of just get what you get and you can't really edit on top of it. And it will just make everything based off the outline. So we can see that it has completed the image generation. So it just kind of gives you a great baseline to start with. And if you don't like something, you can easily go back to the outline and edit on top of that. So when I use this, it really helped me cut down about like 60 to 70% of the time because now everything's nicely formatted. And again, just want to say thank you to PopAI for sponsoring this video.
So for the next 9 months, there are only 3 things I'm really going to be focusing on getting better at doing. The first one is to launch more startups. I currently have one SaaS company that's doing well, that generates enough revenue for us to obviously move out and be able to afford a bare minimum. But my co-founders and I are definitely trying to launch more different startups, see what else will take off. Similar to what I talked about in my other video, really trying to put on more shots. I think the more shots you put up, the higher chance you see the ball go in the basket, right? Also, if you watched this video until this part, I assume you really enjoyed it, so please hit that like button for me. It really helps my channel so YouTube can spread this video to more people. And along with launching more business, I definitely want to program more. At the end of the day, I am in the software business, so I just want to get better at my craft and become a better programmer. Really looking to a lot of different AI stuff lately. That stuff has really been piquing my interest. And the last thing I want to do is just launch more YouTube videos. I've been pretty inconsistent, really trying to upload once every 2 weeks. I think a lot of you guys really enjoyed one of my last video, starting a business from nothing, just to share my experience and document everything. In that video, I basically just talked about how I started my first software company. So if you enjoyed this video, you definitely like that one. Definitely check it out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.